A 2-year-old boy waiting for a kidney transplant rushed to the hospital. And Jennifer Leslie is digging deeper into the story for us this morning. Jen, a lot of people are questioning the hospital's decision to postpone his transplant. And on top of that, AJ has an infection.
Yeah, he had to go to the emergency room yesterday for an abdominal infection. He also had low oxygen levels. It was serious enough that he had to be admitted to Children's Healthcare of Atlanta at Eggleston, where his parents took and sent us this picture last night. AJ has struggled medically since he was born without kidneys and relies on dialysis to live. His family says he desperately needs a kidney transplant. Family and friends held a prayer vigil for the toddler outside his hospital last night, but they put the focus on a different hospital, Emory University Hospital, where AJ was scheduled to get a kidney from his father a month ago. His father, Anthony Dickerson, is a perfect match, but his family claims Emory delayed the surgery after Dickerson violated the terms of his probation with a firearms arrest in September. The family hired an attorney to plead their case, and now 2 Georgia congressmen, John Lewis and Hank Johnson, are also putting pressure on Emory.
At this point, we're operating at a level of desperation. So yes, we're exploring other hospitals in and outside of the state at this point who would be willing to bring the father in, go through the battery of tests, to do everything all over again, which would be a delay that we think is absolutely avoidable.
It's really hard to understand why Emory won't do this now. Why wait to January?
Yeah, I think it's hard for everyone to understand that. The family's been told that Emory wants the father to provide evidence of good behavior for 90 days before becoming a donor, but Emory can't say much because of patient confidentiality laws, and that makes it even harder for everybody to understand their position.
Yeah. Is this normal operating procedure?
Well, we checked and we did find that it's pretty normal to evaluate any health risks and whether the donor will be reliable and accessible. But what's unusual here is that Emory asked for his early release from jail to do the surgery and then backtracked and put it on delay.
Huh. Okay, so joining us live now to add a little perspective to all of this is our medical correspondent, Dr. Sujatha Reddy, joining us via Skype. Dr. Reddy, we're being told that AJ has what's being called peritonitis infection. So what exactly is this? Is it considered life-threatening?
Yeah, it's a very serious infection. Peritonitis is the infection of the peritoneum, which is the covering of all your abdominal organs. And yes, it is a serious infection.
Dr. Reddy, do you have any thoughts as to why Emory would delay this, why they wouldn't perform it now?
You know, I do, and this is all speculation because, again, we don't exactly know what's in the father and AJ's medical history. But I think they're concerned that as he's been in jail, perhaps he may have been exposed to infections, and they want to sort of wait and make sure that he is healthy because, you know, this is probably a one-shot deal for AJ, and they want to make sure they do this transplant under the best circumstances. You know, it's very serious what AJ has. Only until a few years ago did anyone even survive past infancy with being born with no kidneys. So what he has is very rare, but it's an incredibly serious birth defect. So I'm sure, you know, the transplant team is here to make sure that they're helping AJ, and they also want to make sure AJ's dad is healthy. So I'm sure they have reasons for postponing this, although to us, I'm sure it seems very, you know, confusing. I think they're really doing everything to make sure this transplant has the best chances of succeeding because this is the best chance to save AJ's life.
All right, Dr. Reddy, thank you so much for joining us live via Skype. Always nice to see you.
You too.